Well, hello everybody. Going to give it that minute to let people log on. Didn't play the music today. I want to do a big presentation on Tristan Hopper, a Victorian writer for the National Post, complete loyalist, heavy UK propagandist. He's right in there at the front pocket of the owner of the National Post, who is also a Crown loyalist. These are first-class citizens who just love the autocracy of Canada, love the Crown system, loyal with deep ties to the Bank of England. These guys want not, waste a lot. They could give a shit less about the taxpayer for the government more than pays them for all of their propaganda stories. It is sick and it's depraved. The latest worst story, which I wanted to do yesterday, but yesterday had other narratives that had to be presented. Tristan Hopper writes The Independence of Canada you've never heard of. He goes into a detailed story on Westminster, chock full loaded bullshit, complete and utter lies. For example, he says UK never appointed any lieutenant governors or any governor generals of Canada post 1933, the signing of Westminster. Here's the problem. That's an utter and absolute lie. In fact, all of Canada's lieutenant governors and governor generals up to 1952 are all UK lords, barons, or military personnel. That's a fact. All the way to 1952. So Westminster did nothing. Now, he tries to paint over it by saying, no, Canada, the Prime Minister had say in all of those appointments. Really? The Prime Minister would appoint key Crown positions outside of the UK or outside of UK and appoint local Canadians? Never happened. The reality is, Tristan, your story is an utter lie. It was World War II. It was the Atlantic Charter 1941. You, sir, have been presented with all of the evidence from the House of Lords UK. You've been presented all the evidence from absolutely the highest legal institution in the United Kingdom. You've heard it from Boris Johnson himself. But still, you write a propaganda bullshit piece about how somehow Westminster gave Canadians independence. It did not. 1952, King George VI, when he entered Canada, started the process of independence. Countries like Barbados, which I'm going to get into right now, ladies and gentlemen, earth-shattering, proves everything I've said is credible, verifiable, and 100% truthful. It is also the basis of the PCC, Party of the Canadian Constitutionalists. It took a Crown Governor General, and that was Sandra in Barbados, the last Governor General of Barbados. Read their constitution. It overlaps exactly what Canada is and has remained till this day. Barbados finally appointed a Governor General who could not be bought off or paid, a lawyer of all trades who defied their role, sworn role to the Prime Minister. She defied it and became President of Barbados. She did exactly what I'm telling you Adolf Hitler did in the Westminster year of the Enabling Act of Germany, which led to the eradication of Jews in Germany. That's a fact. An act that matches the Indian Act of 1876. I hate liars. I hate Tristan Hopper. I hate the National Post and all of its UK placed, paid off propagandists who lie to all Canadians and have for a great many years. Sandra did what Hitler did, but she did it the good way. Barbados is becoming a republic, and I can tell you all today, the crafters of the Constitution are hard at it. It's in yet another draft mode. It's going to be some time, and then there will be the system for which they're going to send that Constitution. Now, I was happy to add the point about the Commonwealth Charter and Barbados remaining part of the Commonwealth. And I got to show those legal experts firsthand, meaning exchange of emails, that they won't get true international law if they allow their country to remain in the Commonwealth as it is. The royal family will usurp all international law, meaning Barbados will not have access to the ICJ. Barbados will not have access to the ICC or anything with the UNSCP5. They need to know that. They need to know that. She's a smart lady, Sandra, and those people working on that Constitution are smart peoples too. They're of the highest academics in the world. I got to add that. I'm proud of that. And for you, Tristan Hopper, one who swears his oath to the crown and his oath of integrity in journalism, which is completely corrupted, I have proven your story beyond any reasonable doubt is complete farce and bullshit. There's no independence from Canada, as the Canadian politicians stole that crown power in 1952. Why don't you do some credible journalism and research King George VI, the Atlantic Charter of 1941, and absolutely the UN Charter of 1945? Can't do it, can you? Because that would be going against your Victorian background that you brag about. It would be going against your CEO owner, Mr. Black, the owner of the National Post, who is tied to the Bank of England. I know all your guys' ties to every major UK institution, especially in the money markets. You're pathetic, you're disgusting. And if we had a constitution that properly recognized treason, like the United States of America, you guys would be up on charges. You would have been gone a long, long time ago. That's my video, everybody. Share because it's the truth. Share because it's credible and verifiable. And if you still don't believe what I'm doing is real and credible, just look up the president of Barbados. Sandra was the last governor general lawyer, and she did what I'm trying to do in Canada. And they're working it out in the Constitution now. Thanks, that's my video. Don't believe the National Post. Criticize Mr. Hopper, as he is a corrupt piece of shit. I like to call the National Post, I call it the national piece of shit, because it's a smut rag of propaganda by absolutely all your political party politicians. They play the game to keep the people down, all the people, second, third, and absolutely all First Peoples. Don't trust these people. They lie, lie, lie. They write stories like that to offset any real growth in the people, to try to break free from the crown. A crown of slavery, racism, as my friend Angus Reid highlighted today. Oh, I'm going to get into that tomorrow. I'm waiting for Angus Reid to answer me, as he did a post and he's getting attacked. And I left him some really tangible information for himself. He's a highly intelligent man. He's completely misunderstood, and people don't appreciate him for what he is. But I'm going to do a nice positive story about that man tomorrow. Give him a chance to answer me. He usually does. So that's my video today. Share, share, share. Super important. Know the truth. Know the lies we face every day by our paid propaganda media. Tristan Hopper. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Broke his oath of journalism, and he publishes complete fabricated lies. Bye now.